So it is exam season 2024. I'm in year 12, studying for my final exams. The pressure is high, and I've never really been good at studying. I've always had around average grades, but for my final exams, I made a goal to really lock it. So I start researching different ways to study. I try many different techniques. Some of them work, some of them don't. But then through watching Andrew Huberman's podcast on studying, he mentioned this one technique that really stood out to me. So I try it, and it ends up being the most effective studying technique I have ever found. And this is a strategy that's backed by a ton of scientific research and my own personal experience. I'm of course talking about testing. Testing yourself is by far the best tool for studying and learning. When I was preparing for my English exam, I did not really like writing. I wasn't very good at it. Every time we'd have a writing test in our school, I would usually do really bad on it. And for the English exam, I didn't really know how to study. The one thing I came up with was, I'm just gonna write a bunch of practice exams every week until the exam. And so that's exactly what I did. I remember every Saturday morning I would just write just a full essay for an hour the moment I got up. I did this for like maybe 2 or 3 months straight. Every week, sometimes even twice a week, like twice a day I'd write 2 essays or something. I got the book here. You can look in here. This is the book I used to write these practice essays in, and it's like every page is filled with writing. There's literally about 30 hours of writing in this book right here. I wouldn't do any other studying for English except just writing essays. And from doing that every week, that made my writing so good that when I did the English exam, I ended up getting an A+, which was crazy because all I did in preparation was just do what I was doing on the exam, just write essays. And I did the exact same thing for my maths exam. I would literally be in the library and all I would do studying for maths practice exams, because here in Australia we can access the previous year's exams, we can print them out and stuff. Because what I'd do, I'd go to the library and for like hours I would just sit there and do like all the previous year's exams, because they were all on like the same topics. They're all really similar to what we were going to do. That's literally the only way I would study for maths, was just doing the previous year's exams, seeing what I got wrong, seeing where I went wrong, seeing what I don't understand. And then I learned so much more than I feel like I would have if I just did like any conventional studying. Didn't get a perfect score, but I certainly got way higher than I would have if I just stuck to conventional studying. This is all because of testing, because testing yourself actually cues your nervous system to lock in the information. Ideally, 2 to 3 tests is what you need to lock in the information. And the crazy thing is that even if you fail a test really badly, it is still so much better, so much more beneficial than if you're just simply note-taking or rewriting or passively rereading information. To make testing a core part of your studying, you want to stop and test yourself frequently. For me, my whole strategy was just only test. You don't have to do what I did. Testing yourself on new material as soon as you've learned it is scientifically proven to be one of the best ways, if not the best way, to lock in information. And research shows that testing yourself like really shortly after learning new material significantly increases your long-term retention. Bro, the benefits of testing are literally crazy. Research shows that one test can offset forgetting by 50%. 50%. You can retain 50% more information from just testing yourself. The forgetting curve shows that most people forget 50% of the information they learn after one day, and then 90% within a week. This literally means that if you test yourself right after learning your information, you can counter this effect. Now, bro, obviously I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist.
But I am a student who put this research into practice over months of studying. And let me tell you, the benefits of testing were so incredible. I honestly wish I found out about it earlier, because honestly testing can be pretty fun, much funner than just rewriting or rereading notes, because you're actually doing stuff with your brain. Your brain actually has to work hard in the moment. Just lock in, bro.